Chaotic harmony, unfiltered with Keith and Amy. 2 mics, 1 marriage, all the chaos.
Welcome to Chaotic Harmony.
Welcome back, y'all. So last week, we were talking about real conversations that needed to be had, that were difficult to have or challenging to have with your significant other, and kind of how to navigate those. And, we had a lot of good feedback from the listeners. Part 1. So part 2 is going to be 5 different topics that we specifically kind of picked out and thought that they would be something fun to talk about, right?
I don't know about fun. Well, let's set your definition of fun and my definition of fun right now might be a little bit different.
Oh, no,
I think it'll be interesting.
Okay.
And I think we'll have some good discussions.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know about fun though.
Yeah, we'll see.
One of us might be in the hot seat.
Each of us might be in the hot seat. What are you talking about?
True.
Yeah, I'll make sure you get your fair share too.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah, you hear that bus driver coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming. They're
For
coming
you?
after you.
Oh, me.
Yeah, they're coming after they ran me over in episode 1. They're coming to get you in episode 2.
Okay, whatever. I don't feel like I ran you over the bus in episode 1.
Yeah,
Maybe a
I
little
beg to
bit.
differ. I have a buddy who begs to differ too.
Well, of course, your friends are going to side with you, and my friends will side with me.
Man,
It's
maybe.
just the way it goes.
I guess so.
So, well, before we jump into that, anything exciting happened this week?
This week,
I don't think so. I don't think we had anything.
yeah, Saturday and Sunday were like 2 chill days.
Well, half a Saturday.
Half a Saturday.
Half a
I did have to
Saturday
go
and-
to work.
I know, because I was just thinking as we were coming in here, I was like, this has been the most productive, unproductive weekend.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, because we actually went out Friday night.
We did. That
We went
was
to
fun.
the Cowboy preseason game, so that
Yeah.
was a lot of fun. Yes, neither one of us like the Cowboys nor the Falcons, but we went more for the company and the experience.
And the seats were pretty awesome too.
Yes.
They were pretty awesome.
Yes.
Probably will never again sit in those seats.
Unless we get invited back.
Yeah. But they're pretty nice.
Yeah.
They're pretty
So
nice.
it was a good Friday night.
Yeah.
And then
It was good times.
Yeah. And
Good
then
times.
Saturday
I
you
went to
worked a
work,
little bit.
did an AV gig. It's
And
only a half a day. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be the second half, but they scheduled it for the
I'm
first.
kind of
I'm
glad
like,
it
heck
was
yeah.
the first half.
That's what I told him. I'm like, even better.
Yeah. Because I liked it that like you were at work, I ran, I did my chores for the week. And then by the time you got home, I think I was done.
Yeah, you were wrapping up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We got to watch a couple movies.
yeah.
Real slow,
Yeah.
which was nice.
Yeah. And then today's been productive but unproductive. I got to lay out by the pool like I wanted to. And,
Yeah.
and it was a rest day for me. And I feel like
It
I've done pretty
was.
good. I
That's-
even stretched and foam rolled. Like that's huge for
That's
me.
big time. Yeah.
So-
If y'all don't know, she don't stretch ever
Or foam roll.
or foam roll.
I don't know how to
Recover.
Yeah.
You don't know how to
I always want to go hard. And so I know I'm getting older and my body needs this. And so I'm going to try to start making Sundays my rest day, except for stretching or foam rolling. And then I'm going to try to add more stretching and foam rolling into my workouts. So wish me luck.
You got to program it in the app for her so
Yeah.
she can
So I actually
follow
do it.
along. Because if it's in there, she'll do it. So
yeah,
she's a good little client when it comes to homework and workouts
for the most part.
for the most part. But it's a fight to get her to agree with it in the first place. But
Not a fight. I just push back a lot.
a lot on some important shit.
I've gotten better over the I would say this year.
Yeah.
I've gotten better.
Yeah. Now, when you were
think
doing
so.
75 hard and you were like doing the stretches, going into your light
Yeah.
runs or whatever, those were pretty good days. But you were also beating.
Myself up
Yeah.
hard.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I've learned from that too.
Yeah.
Hey, we're 8 months, almost 9 months into the year. And guess what? This is my first time not to do 75 hard since 2021.
yeah.
And I told myself at the beginning of the year, I was not going to do it. I was going to find a good balance, and I feel like I'm at that place right now.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
You got a good one. Yeah. Which is really good. We just need to make sure you recover a little bit better.
Yes.
Once maybe that'll be wrapping up 2025 and in 2026.
And going into 20. Yeah.
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 Well, yeah. That's exciting for you.
Yeah. And now we got to get ready for DecaFit.
Oh yeah. That'll be good. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Which we at least came up with our plan today, and we're going to Austin just for the day on September 5th to have a hardcore workout and then drive back home.
Yeah. That's
It's going to be a little girls trip. So this is what I like to do for fun on girls trips, is go to work out.
drive 3
Not always.
hours, get your ass kicked, drive 3 hours, coming home.
Yep. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be an experience, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
It'll be exciting. So.
All of that to get their trifecta.
Duh.
All that
It's
to
all
get
for the medal and the
Spartan
shirt.
trifecta.
Duh.
They're pretty sweet shirts.
Yeah.
I like them.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, it'd be a fun time.
All right.
You want to jump into it?
I guess so. Let's get into it. What's the first topic?
So the first one we're going to talk about is going to be unmet expectations. What you thought marriage was going to be and what it turned out to be. Do you want to start?
No, you can start.
Do you want me to start?
Yes.
Man, probably.
I already know what
you
you're
already
gonna
know
say.
what I'm going to say. Probably, when I was younger, it's like you have a wife. Now you got unlimited sex for the rest of your life, like whenever you want it, all day, every day. Like that was your person, and now you don't ever have to chase it. And that was absolutely not what happened. So that was an unmet expectation of marriage for me.
I don't even know what to say to that. Like, I don't even know what to say. That's your unmet expectations. You thought you were going to have sex every day.
Every day. Why else would you get married? Well,
So you only married me for sex?
No, but I have a wife for sex.
You don't have to go get it every night.
That's right. I ain't got to go chase it. It's right here.
How's that working out for you?
Yeah, that's what I said. It was what it was expected to be and what it turned out to be. Night and day. But it's fine. So that was one of mine. Tell me
unmet expectations. Because I think we were so young and I really wasn't sure. I mean, I feel like I didn't have any like expectations. Like, because we said yes, and it was like, I don't know where this is going to go or how it's going to work out, but I'm going to go in there and give it my all and see what happens. I don't know if there's really any unmet expectations that I truly feel what I expected in marriage. I don't really know what I expected in marriage. I don't know if, yes, my parents were married for 20 years, but I was 8 when they got a divorce. So I don't think I had an expectation of marriage, unfortunately. Like, I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but I didn't really have an expectation of marriage. Like, I think marriage, if I'm being honest, I think marriage kind of scared me, So, like, I don't have any unmet expectations. Or, like, I really thought marriage was going to be one way and it's turned out totally different. I feel like our marriage has turned out the way it was meant to turn out. They always say when you have expectations, you get disappointed. Guess what? I didn't have any expectations, and
it's probably why we're able to.
And I think that has helped my mindset a little bit of like, okay, we've just got to deal with each issue or each blow up or whatever comes our way. And maybe because we were so young, that's how we grew together too.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't even say when I was younger, I would say, oh, I would want to be a stay-at-home mom, because when I was younger, I didn't want kids. So I didn't even have that expectation of like, oh, I'll be a stay-at-home wife and do all of this stuff, because I felt like I was always more independent and was like, I don't need anybody to do this for me or help me or, whatever. Now that I'm saying it out loud, that's kind of weird that I didn't have any expectations. Like, I was also not that girl that dreamed of a dream wedding. I just didn't.
Yeah.
Now where we are now, and like looking back at my wedding, like, and at the time I thought my wedding was perfect. Now I would be like, oh, let's renew our vows and go somewhere fancy and pretty, or at least let me have a real wedding dress, because I was pregnant and and I won't even say, I shouldn't say a real wedding dress, but a non-maternity pregnant, dress, like
Yeah.
a very, like, very
Elegant
bride, elegant type.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
25 years.
I mean, that's only 2 years away. We said we were going to go to Hawaii and renew our vows
Great.
in Hawaii on our 20-year, and that didn't happen.
That did not happen. Maybe 25.
Maybe we'll see.
Who knows?
We'll see.
We might just be in the backyard hanging out by the pool for our 25th anniversary.
I mean, whatever. So did you have any other unmet expectations?
I feel like it was the same as what you said. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't really have any kind of guide of what it should be or what it would look like. No, and like I said, I think that might have helped with the longevity of our marriage and how we've been able to work through everything. As things come up, we just deal with them and push through and get to the other side, because there were no expectations of I'm going to be the sole provider and she's going to stay home with the kids, or she's going to go to work every day and I'm going to stay at home and be a stay-at-home dad, have a sugar mama like that.
No, you just waited until they were older and had a sugar mama.
Now I don't have to worry about no kids. I could just stay home. I'm just kidding.
No.
Just kidding. But it's just like there was really no traditional roles. There was no guidelines of really what we were supposed to do. And, we turned out how we turned out.
I'll say one thing too is, like, I think a lot of people talk about, like, before marriage, they talk about like finances, religion, kids, like all of that. And if you think about it, like, we didn't talk about any of that. We just jumped into it and said, we're going to figure this shit out one way or another, or we're not,
We did ask our youth pastor to marry us. And, he wanted to have his meeting. I think we met with him a few times prior to all of it. He just wanted to make sure that we were good and that he was going to be doing a service for both of us, and not that we were just kind of rushing into anything crazy, but we always do.
Yeah.
That's just our life. We always make the big jumps even when we're not ready. So
I haven't done that lately.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Gonna do
I don't know. Like,
is it
I'm
that
just
time?
saying it might be that time to make a rash, reckless decision.
Sell it all, buy RV. We're out, bitches. I've been on that kick. I've been seeing the reels and stuff about sell it all, buy an RV, travel around the US, and work remote. I'm like, damn, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
But man, I would be leaving a lot behind.
I think that's what scares me the most.
Yeah.
Is leaving all of it behind, or
and like
whatever.
starting fresh.
Yeah.
But anyways, so that was our unmet expectation. Kind of went off on a little tangent there.
That's okay.
But it's fine. That's what we do. Hopefully you guys followed along and didn't even notice.
Yeah. But I would like to hear some of other people's unmet expectations.
Yeah.
I'm just curious because I feel like there is probably a lot of variety. I do think people probably had these certain things in their heads of how marriage would be, and it's a complete opposite, whether it be good or bad. Just those things like that. It's like, or did you not have any expectations, or, did you have the expectation of, my parents have been married 50 years and that's what I have to do, and things like that. So I would like to hear if anybody else had any, unmet expectations of marriage and what it should be like.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be great. Everybody else kind of chiming in and seeing their perspective and, what they thought marriage was going to be and kind of what it ended up being for them. Right. Yeah. So if you got anything, let us know.
Next
Moving on to number 2.
Personal growth gaps. So when one partner evolves faster than the other.
That one's tough.
That one's very tough.
That one's tough.
I feel like we went through that.
We did go through that. I feel like we just recently are coming through that on the other side.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, like it was one of our most recent challenges that we kind of working through, and all of that stuff. But this one definitely.
Do you think it was me or you for the growth gap?
As far as who needed to grow?
No, like if what, like I
Who
like
was being left behind?
yes,
Well, that probably was me there for a little bit, I think. Probably kind of just getting left behind, trying to figure out, what I was dealing with and
yeah,
everything, and I still go through some days where it's like just get to a point and you're like, fuck it. Like I don't know anymore,
yeah.
So
No, I think it was you too, and I think it was more or less like from me coming from like doing 75 hard and growing
mhm,
that way and getting more confident in myself and then doing those things and I felt like I was always trying to encourage you and like, come on, do it with me, or not even 75 hard, but just work out with me and do this and do that. And you're always like, nope, like you stuck to your guns and you're like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it.
yeah,
And like I think it was hard for me, to because I think in 2021 we did good. We did it together,
yeah,
like not 75 hard. Well, we did 75 hard a couple of times together, but like we started working out a lot together, going to the gym and, that type of stuff. But then after I had my mommy makeover, it kind of just like you fell off. I didn't work out for what, 8 weeks.
mm,
And then it was hard for you to get back on. And, like at the time, I think I got more annoyed and frustrated because it's like, you would feel better if you would just go work out or you would
yeah,
do this or do that. So from my perspective, I was getting annoyed and frustrated. What I know now about you, like what you were going through and what you were dealing with and we just didn't know, like now it all kind of makes sense. And now I feel like a brat for being a jerk. But I mean, you don't know what you don't know either,
right,
right? So at the time, I was just like getting the resentments, like,
yeah.
what we talked about last week and stuff. So, but like, how did it feel for you from that perspective of that feeling of being left behind?
Man, I mean, I feel like there were days where I was questioning just our relationship, like as far as where you were compared to where I was, like if you were going to, just continue on, with your growth, you're developing your mindset and everything else and eventually just be like, okay, this guy, he's not going anywhere. He's not doing anything. I gotta find something better for me. So that was the challenge that I dealt with for a little while. Um,
But even back then, you didn't tell me that.
no, I
Like,
just
you
dealt with
didn't
it,
I mean, I
and
feel like maybe a while after you started making comments, but
and
not, and not during the time of like, "Hey," and if we would have actually talked and communicated like, "Hey, I'm frustrated with you," and you're like, "Well, I feel this way."
mhm.
Oh my gosh, it would have been so much better.
It could have been, but it just you compartmentalize shit, and I dealt with it the way I always dealt with everything. You know, if I don't want to fucking deal with it, I'm gonna put it off in a little box in the back of my brain, and if it ever comes up again, I'll deal with it then. But a lot of those thoughts that I was having about you and leaving and doing any of this, I know they're just irrational thoughts, like you haven't done anything to show me that you're on your way out, or you haven't done anything to tell me otherwise, that there's somebody else, or anything else like that.
First of all, let me say, if
Yeah,
I ever left this marriage, there would be nobody else.
yeah. So
No
just
way.
just shit like that, and it's just a whole bunch of internal shit that I deal with, from everything else that
But
that
I
I
I also feel like the roles kinda reversed because if you think about it, remember in the first of like, the very beginning of our marriage, I was the one that was insecure and thinking stuff
yeah,
and, like, you were gonna leave me, you were gonna do this to me, you
yeah,
were gonna do that to me, and I felt like as I grew and got more confident, I was like, "He's not gonna leave me, I'm the best."
yeah,
Like, he would be
yeah,
stupid if he left me,
right,
and it was like how it was just weird how that kinda just
yeah. And I
evolved,
think
I guess.
I think it has a lot to do, with that development. Like I was still growing, learning all of that in that in that in the beginning of the relationship. You were working, having babies, and all of that. And I just felt like you were not in a good spot mentally, as far as your mental health goes, your physical health, all of that. You weren't working out, you were at your heaviest,
Right.
getting to that point of your heaviest weight. So all of that, I could see how it kind of flips hand in hand because in the same situation, like I was, going through trying to figure out what I wanted to do and trying to figure out what was going on inside my head. But you were, crushing it and rocking and rolling and working and doing awesome and bringing in the money for the family as you've been doing for quite a while now. The way I was seeing things, it was just you had everything go, and you're growing. I'm like, I really don't have shit to offer here. Like, why would you want to be with me? But of course, then again, like I said, that's those crazy intrusive thoughts, that just kind of get in the way and that I deal with and that I've always dealt with for at least the past 20 something
Yeah.
years.
But it also becomes a vicious cycle because even though you started thinking that, and that's when I started feeling disconnected from you because you were, like, and then it was like, okay, maybe he doesn't really care. What is going on? Like,
So I got to try to push you away,
yeah, yeah.
just to prevent me from getting hurt. You know what
And
I'm
then when I
saying?
would try to bring stuff up and talk to you, you took it as nagging and bitching and complaining. And so then guess what happens? I shut down and I decided not to talk anymore about certain things. And it was a vicious cycle for a little bit.
Yeah.
But
It was rough.
we're 100% in a better spot than
Yeah,
we were,
for sure.
a couple of years ago or whatever. I wouldn't even say we're in a horrible spot. I think it was just us trying to figure out each other as we were growing or as I was growing and you felt stuck,
Yeah.
you know?
Trying to match energies again. And,
Yeah.
it was just, it's challenging, because we're always changing, we're always growing, some some might be regressing a little bit, but there's always some kind of change and there's always some kind of like, I feel like, I wouldn't say your personality cycles every so often, but like who you are and like your interests and different things like that. Like I feel like I've changed who I am from those days until now, as far as interests and music and different things like that, emotional intelligence, all of that. So when it was just hard for us to find that common ground with me, kind of being in the low, and you're like on your game, like top shelf badass. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it was hard to find common ground, but once we found it,
And we also had some difficult conversations of like
yeah,
owning up and admitting, because I don't even think I really thought I was resenting you until you brought it up to me.
yeah,
And then the more I thought about it, I was like, oh, maybe I am,
yeah,
So
yeah,
so it's just finding that courage to talk. It goes back to the communication last week, just finding that courage to talk to him and be like, either we're gonna deal with this or we're not, or,
yeah,
whatever. And I feel like you and I both choose to deal with it rather than not deal with it. Because I think really at the end of the day, no matter what, we both need and deserve to be happy.
for sure. Faux show.
And we would rather do it together than separately.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Kind of like you
you're all right most days.
most days. Is today one of those days?
Yes, today's one of those days.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Because you hung out by the pool with me for a little
I
bit.
did hang out by the
Definitely,
pool. It
definitely one
was
of those days.
hot.
I loved it.
I was in the shade
I loved it. I was just baking.
cooking. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
This is
So
a hot, hot day.
all right, the third one.
So I feel like the third one is
We
kind of
already kind of go
it
what we
goes
were
hand in
talking
hand
about.
with, yeah, maybe not hand in hand, but it does follow very closely with personal growth gap. It's mental health and relationships, anxiety, depression. I'm sorry, anxiety, depression, burnout, all of that. Um, how do you handle it? How do you fight through it? How do you help when the other one is on the lower end and all of
I
that?
think you could even add childhood trauma
Childhood trauma.
into that.
Yeah, all of that. PTSD. I feel like childhood trauma is PTSD. I feel like it, depending on the situation, that could be a lot worse than, the PTSD that I would deal with, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So if you had something like that happen from a family member who, you're supposed to trust and, they betray you or whatever, like that's that's way more traumatic than, seeing some other shit in a combat zone, you know?
I think it's just different. It's just
It's
different.
different.
It's
It's
different
different, but
stuff.
it's the
But
same, but it affects your brain equally the same,
and
you know?
I really feel like the mental health in a relationship, you have to really talk through it and communicate. And because there is, if you're feeling a certain type of way, you might not realize it's a mental issue or just a blockage or whatever until you start talking about it more. Cause there's a couple of things. I won't go into childhood trauma because I feel like you could do a whole episode on that. But,
Yeah.
there's a couple of instances for me personally that, we've really figured out, oh, it's because of your childhood
Mhm.
or, whatever. And we've kind of had to work
Yeah.
through things like that of different things. So, but we didn't really understand it until later on in life.
Like, really me
Yeah.
starting to get help, and then me having conversations with you and just not really being a therapy session with you, but, just talking about the tools that I've been given, and I tell you about them, and then we bring it up in those situations, and yeah, sure enough, deal with the same struggles, just, on a different level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the mental health is tough, especially if you don't understand it. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to be able to, I guess, process and understand like how somebody is feeling and really what kind of gets them feeling that way. As far as I go, mine, it's a lot of thoughts that tell me that I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. Like I just need to stop chasing this dream and go, do this over here instead. You need to focus on this. You're not really any good at that. Just very voices get loud, same thing when she was growing and I was stuck. It's like, why want to be with me? Like she doesn't deserve to be with somebody like me on my level. And like I said, it's all just craziness that your brain tries to make you believe.
Certain things.
Yeah, so it's hard dealing with that. And then when she's trying to help, and I'm already overstimulated or triggered for some reason or another, and it just gets to a point to where it's too much. And I'm like, I need a break. Like I'm done. And when I say I'm done, then she's like, "You're not done."
That's not a good, oh my gosh, what's the word?
What?
It's not a good impression of me.
I didn't.
You're not done.
You're not. You're not done.
Whatever.
No, I'm just saying you're not done.
You're not done.
Yeah, I'm not done. No, I'm fucking done. I'm done. I need a fucking break.
But I realize that now.
Yeah.
Like I've learned over the years.
Yeah. So it takes time,
It does.
but you gotta be willing to.
The biggest thing is you got to be willing to communicate and not put your feelings aside, but not be afraid to show emotions and feelings. And like, if you need a minute, say you need a minute. If you're having a bad day and you don't know why, say you're having a bad day and you don't know why. I mean, even though you try to always say, "Oh, you must about to be start your period," because you're
I
not
don't
usually
always
like
say
that.
that. I called it this past week. This month I called it.
Yeah,
Normally I don't, but
No.
this month I did. I'm
You
like,
did.
you're about to start.
Yeah. I
Because
get a
you
little
were
bit more
you
emotional.
were like you were really trying to figure out why you were being so emotional
Yeah.
and why you were feeling. So I was trying to be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't
And
being.
you were right.
I know I was right, but I was just trying to be helpful and be like, hey, you're probably, you know.
I know, but even after you said that, I was like, "Oh, I think he's right."
just, not being rude about it, but like, "Hey, have you thought
Yeah.
maybe?" Like, "Oh, you're right."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do feel like if you I really going back to the mental health, like, and I think I said this last episode or a couple episodes ago or something, but, like, I really wish mental health was included in insurance.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
really
great.
feel like everybody could use some kind of therapist or therapy or something to help people get through, especially right now with all the social medias and the influencing out there and, like everybody wanting to do like a quick fix or want to be like the most popular influencer or whatever. Like there's just so much going
Yeah.
on in the world and, around us that I think people need an unbiased opinion
Yeah.
or just an unbiased
Ear.
ear, not even opinion, but ear or
And
tools to say, "Hey, try this or do that,"
right.
or whatever. And we just don't have that here, and it
Yeah.
kinda sucks.
Thankfully, the VA is
Helping you.
helping me out. They won't help Amy yet, but there are other organizations in this area or in Texas, I guess, that do, mental health counseling and, things like that for family members too. So, they try to help out the veteran family members too. I mean, because they go through a lot
Yeah.
too. Like, during deployments, they're here at home taking care of the kids and, trying to hold down the home life and worried
Mhm.
every day if they were going to get that knock on the door that, you know, their person's not coming home. And that's a lot, that's a lot. So having those organizations there that, help with the mental health of the spouse is pretty awesome too. But yeah, I think in general, it should be a part, it should be offered and covered and insurance stuff for sure.
Yeah. I just wish we made it better to be that saying that say it's okay to not be okay and not people get so like worried about what somebody else is going to think or even guys in general just showing more emotion with each other and more of a connection and also like me and girls, we don't always have to be the tough and strong and act like we have everything held together,
So I think a lot
that
of that, like
hard.
with the guys not showing emotion, they think it's masculinity, to not show emotion, but what I don't think they're realizing is being stoic does not equal being numb, like be in tune with all of your emotions. Don't just feel rage, don't just feel anger, like understand and feel those emotions but still be able to control them. I think that, that's really the definition of stoic, being stoic. It's not that you're numb to emotion, but you are.
But a lot of men don't show emotion when it comes to being
No,
sad
because they don't
or
understand,
it
that,
makes you look weak, whatever.
yeah,
It does not.
and then it's just a vicious cycle. I just feel like there's a line between masculinity and
Not when you have to take your bitch blockers.
well, yeah, so that would be, yeah, jeez, the testosterone therapy that I'm taking. Yeah, so that's twice I owe you now. I had the dose up just a little higher than I think I should have had it, maybe. And extra testosterone was converting into estradiol. And, once you get to a certain level, you start to have these side effects. And those side effects were just being a little more emotional, a lot more emotional than normal. So I was watching this reel, and it was one of those Biggest Chef type competitions, and this daughter was doing something, and they had this like triumphant music going in the background, and she couldn't get the jar open, so she ran the jar to her dad. He popped it open for her, handed it back, and I started getting teary eyed, and I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, what is my problem?" So I went to go, ordered some blood work, went in, and the estrogen was really high, a lot higher than it should have been. So I had to take an aromatase inhibitor, I believe that's what it was, to block the testosterone from converting to
It's
estrogen. So yeah, we we figured that one out. That was
Fun.
fun. What is my problem?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm pretty balanced out now, so it's good.
Good. You've done really well.
It's been fun. Yeah. So mental health, all of that. That's a man. We could dive into that one all day
Yeah.
for a whole freaking episode.
And probably more you than me because
Maybe I'll just invite a friend on or something.
and talk
Me and
about
Greg or somebody can hang out and talk. Let's see.
Fourth one.
Dividing household labor, the silent resentment of feeling like one person does it all.
Been there, done that.
Going through my shit.
Yep. Because there would be days where you'd be like, I'm tired. I don't want to do it. So
Yeah.
I'd have to do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just not in a good spot.
I would be the one doing everything inside the household, but then we would pay people to do the yard or pay
Do
people
the
to do the
yard.
pool or
We
maybe
didn't
not the
pay
pool. Pooper
poop.
scoopers. Yeah.
They did the yard work and they scoop
Yeah.
poop.
So everything he should have been doing outside, we got to pay somebody, but everything inside fell on me.
Yeah.
Laundry, dishes,
Yeah.
cleaning,
Yeah.
everything.
All of it.
Yeah. And then again, the resentment's built up.
Yeah. But now we're better.
Yeah.
I'm doing better.
Yeah.
You know,
do some laundry.
I do. I feel like I start laundry almost most of the time now.
You'll start the dishwasher.
Yeah.
You're getting better about putting them in the dishwasher.
You know, if I can get 75% of the dishes in there, I'm doing great.
I don't think you ever empty the dishwasher.
Very rare, but we have a daughter who lives here rent free who can empty our dishwasher.
Yeah, but she's gone too, so.
What do you mean she's gone? She's in this house way more than us.
Not usually when the dishwasher needs to be empty.
I'm just saying. We got kids who live here rent free and put their little asses to work.
Anyways, that's like way off topic there, buddy. Then again, we probably could do a whole episode on that too.
Yeah.
Chores and
Very fun.
stuff with the kids and whatever.
But yeah, so definitely I've been on the
You've done a lot better.
I've been doing better,
Yeah.
but
You
there was a point.
yeah.
There
Where
was a
you
point
just
I
did
didn't
not.
want to.
Now when you don't want to do it, you still get up and do it. Where before you didn't want to do it, you weren't doing it.
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
You know? I just couldn't.
Yeah. But I do feel like it is good, especially because we're not your traditional household.
Yeah.
You know, like so I definitely think it does need to be a division of labor. Now, if you're a stay-at-home mom and the dad's working, I think then it depends too, because being a stay-at-home mom is not easy either. So I do think you still have to divide some of the labor and the work. Because yeah, I know if the dad's going to work every day and the mom's staying at home, but like stay-at-home moms don't just sit around and do nothing. Like
No, they cook, they clean the house, they take care of the baby.
I know they
go
have to
grocery
make sure the
shopping.
baby's taken care of. They do all of it.
Yeah, they do it all.
So they just don't get paid for it.
They don't get paid for that.
They don't. And they don't get sick days either. I don't really think any mom gets sick days.
I mean, but they could have sick days.
Yeah, and then the house would be a total wreck because the dad would let the kids.
The
dad would
stays
let the
home and
kids do
mom is
whatever they.
sick
I
and
know, and the dad
stays
would.
home, it's fine.
The dads would let the kids do whatever the hell they want.
No, that would be we would all just play together, have a good time. We'd be like, Dad, stay home with us more often.
Division of labor.
So
what is your okay? What would you think division of labor is?
Traditional roles. I feel like traditional roles. The woman takes care of the inside and the guy takes care of the outside.
I agree with that.
That's traditional.
I mean, I agree with that to an extent, but there's a whole lot more that goes on the inside than there does the outside.
Yeah.
So that's why it needs to be divided on the inside.
Yeah. And I think.
But I sometimes mow too. I won't weed eat because then our yard would look really jacked up.
No, I mean, I feel like if you see it needs to be done,
just do it.
Just do it.
It doesn't matter who it is.
Doesn't matter.
I will say, I feel like lately though, I've been like,
it'll get done when it gets done.
No, I mean maybe a little bit of that, but like also like with the trash, I have been like, babe, take out the trash. Like,
yeah,
I'm like, that's a man's job.
Yeah. Trash gets dirty.
Yeah.
Boys do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that could be dirty. So that's a boy's job.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I feel like that's an accurate opinion. If you got laundry to put on, laundry's easy.
Yeah.
Throw that bitch in the washer, dump some soap in and turn it on and go.
That's what Joey does.
That's what I do. You're good. You're like, I'm going to wash the shirts and I'm going to wash the pants after that. I'm like, shirts, pants, start, done.
Oh, yeah, I do separate the shirts.
I don't give a shit. I would dump all our laundry in the washer if I could.
Oh, that's so
Socks,
messy.
pants, shirts, underwear, all of it. Boom. If it's not full, it's fucking all getting washed. One load done.
That is so messy.
What
though.
do you mean messy? Like it's one load and you're done.
Unorganized or something.
What?
In my head, that just seems all jumbled up and doesn't.
You're washing it, you're drying it, you're hanging it up.
Hey, I will say I've gotten a lot better because when you do it, I don't like, hey, at least it's not getting done my way, but it's getting done. So I'm not going to complain.
That's the biggest thing that you've had to overcome.
Yeah.
Is that has to be done my way or I'm just going to redo it.
But I've gotten way better now.
Yeah,
Like if something happens, I'm just like, okay, well, they did it.
Well, at least it's done.
Yeah, it's not done the way I would, but the outcome was still the same.
This towel is folded in fourths and not in thirds. Damn it. I'm sure that spikes your anxiety.
The outcome, it was the same. It got done, so it doesn't matter.
Done. Four fold or three, it doesn't matter.
I got over it. Took me a while, but I got over it.
Yeah, that was.
All right, the last one. Sex and intimacy.
Yeah.
Changes over time and how couples navigate mixed-matched desires. Oof.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a hot one.
It is. Amy,
it's a hot.
I can't keep up with her drive. She's like crazy. Crazy.
Okay. Well, that's funny
Lady in the streets, freak in the sheets.
No, because that's funny. Because when we first started this episode, said it was nothing like you expected.
Yeah, you're right.
So
that's right. That's right.
You better tell all those people you're just kidding.
But she is really a lady in the streets.
Yes, but not a freak in the
sheets. Not so much.
Not at all.
Not so much.
Not at all. But so we did get a phone call earlier today.
We did.
Do you not remember? Did you already forget?
I said we did.
Oh, I know, but I thought you were like, we did? Okay.
No, we did.
So
we did. That would have been.
It goes back to last week's episode because they were listening to the episode we just dropped. It was the biggest, what was it? The biggest relationship killer. And Keith said, most of the women said lack of affection, voted. I was shocked at that, but I think I was looking at it from a different perspective because I think lack of affection in terms means like the man always wants it and the woman doesn't. And that causes fights. So we need clarification. Did you mean it like lack of affection because the man always wants it and the woman doesn't, and so that causes a fight? Or
is it the lack of affection from the woman not feeling enough affection from her partner?
Yeah.
Is that, which one was it? Because I feel like it was the way the vote was asked was the woman not feeling enough affection from her partner.
See, but you said the biggest relationship killer.
Yeah.
And you said money fights or lack of affection. To me, it would have been like lack of affection towards the man if most women voted.
Or maybe the guy's just not giving it up as much
or
as
that,
the
or
woman
that,
wants.
or that. You know what? Let's be real and honest right now, because I will 100% say when we first got married, yeah, it was on like Donkey Kong, like everything, right? But as I've gotten older, yes, my sex drive has
need to get some
completely down.
Testosterone booster.
I also think, because I feel like it's really been over the last like year and a half, maybe 2 years, right?
I don't know. We're not keeping track of dates.
Oh, mister. Okay. He probably has some kind of journal that he's like, da-da-da-da-da-da. But also, here's the thing, too, that I think would be interested, that I think we need to ask the people. How many times a week, not that you expect it, but how many times a week would be a good amount of times to have sex? I say if you're getting it 2 or 3 times, you're good.
I mean, I feel like that's okay.
It's okay, but he wants more.
Sometimes. Depends on the week. Depends on the week.
I feel like you want it every day.
Not every day. If I get it like 2 or 3 days in a row, I'm good for like a day. I could take a break and then the next day I'm ready to go. I think we even had this conversation a couple of weeks ago when you're like, why don't you like it? And it's not that I don't like it. And he's like, we used to all the time. We used to do stuff all the time, you know.
And it's like, it's not even, but also earlier in our relationship and our marriage, like, yes, I want to keep you happy. And yes, I want to give you everything that you ever wanted. And then you just get older and you're like, oh my gosh.
So now you don't want to keep me happy anymore.
No, that's not it. That is not it. I'm just saying it is like so much more is like, I don't know. It's just hard to explain. I don't want to say you have so much more going on, but I also feel like I'm also like, I got him. Like, he's not going to leave me if I don't have sex with him every night or every other night. Like I know now he's in it for the long haul. And so it's kind of like, he's not going to leave me for not giving him sex every night.
But why would I buy a house that has a bathroom in it that I can only use a bathroom once every couple of weeks?
It's not once every couple of weeks.
Once a week, twice a week.
It's not even once a week. I feel like we do pretty good.
I just need to use a bathroom whenever I want to use it.
The water bill will go up. They can't even compare that. It's not even the same. That was not a good comparison.
I thought it was funny.
No, because I was like, wait, he does have a point. But I was like, no.
I do have a point. It's a good point.
No.
But I mean, I feel like if you would just two things, food and sex. It's all men need to be happy.
Okay, but that's not all women need.
Oh, you know what else? We need to be appreciated. For you to be like, man, I appreciate you.
So I'm going to have sex with you tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, but what if I feel like I show
perfect day for me? Here, babe, I made you this sandwich for lunch. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's the best sandwich you've ever had. And I also just wanted to let you know that I appreciate you so much, the husband, the father that you are. You know, I just wanted to say thank you so much. And when you're done with your sandwich, come meet me in the bedroom. I got something for you. Happiest fucking day of my life. Done. Hands down. Check the box.
Your perfect day, my perfect day. Totally different. Mom would be like, bring me food in bed. Let me just lay in bed all day. And I don't have to do a darn thing. Nobody needs me. And I can just watch my trash TV.
Yeah. Until your husband comes in. What are you doing?
Yeah. But I do think sex and intimacy does change over the years. I think
yeah, I mean, it takes a lot. I feel like it's work, just like everything else.
Yeah.
It's going to be work, and the way I see it, it's the same way. I could flip the roles here, like if you wanted to have your husband do, what you needed him to do or whatever, like I said, make a sandwich, tell me you appreciate me, and then take me upstairs. Same thing, like if you want the wife to be in that mood or in that like position to want to have those relationships with you, like you need to do the thing your wife needs help with around the house. If you see she's working, like go help, what I'm saying? Like go be a part of, what she's doing, like help with the chores, help with whatever it is. And, hopefully, by the end of the day and she's not exhausted, and she'll be able to
enjoy
to give you that attention.
No, that is I mean, I feel like I keep going back to be like, all this kind of ties in together because, the sex and intimacy with us too, when you were going through your stuff and I was, going here, but you weren't, my bucket wasn't being filled. And so it was harder for, for me to be intimate with you because it's like, I don't think he cares. I don't think he, because my bucket was getting drained and
pushing you away and all that stuff. And
so I think it goes into that too. You do have to I don't think marriage is all about sex. That's not something that I have to have every day or every other day. I think there's other ways that people can show affection and appreciation, and it doesn't have to be necessarily physical. But I also know you being you are more of a physical, intimate person, sexual person. So yes, it may not be me, but I also love you and I do want you to be happy. So yes, I have to adjust and be like, okay, blah, 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 blah. But it is easier, like you said, when my bucket's full for me to be like, oh, okay, let's go be a freak in the sheets or whatever. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
And I'm not a freak in the sheets, by the way. I do think it does that's how it changes too. It depends on where you are in the relationship. If both of y'all are feeling appreciated, if you're not feeling appreciated, if one is feeling, overworked, drained, no help, then yeah, it's going to go down for that person. But then in return, like for you not having that intimacy and that sex and that physical touch, like you automatically think, oh my gosh, she has somebody else. She doesn't love me anymore.
Those crazy ass.
It's the crazy thoughts, but that also goes into turn. Like my bucket was not being filled. So I was not doing stuff for you. And then you thought these crazy thoughts because I wasn't over here doing
irrational thoughts.
Yeah.
But
I mean, so it's all a domino effect. It really and truly is. Like you help me and we get, we're in a team to this together. And then it all seems to like all work out. But if somebody's not feeling appreciated or somebody is going through a lot of stuff that the other person doesn't know, you're on different pages and it is harder to have that connection in that relationship. And I do believe people being married for many years, I think they all go through it. And if they don't, then they're lying to you.
mm-hmm.
Because I don't think any marriage is perfect. I don't think any marriage gets sex every day. I think there are times where you don't have sex. It could be 2 weeks, and working through that and stuff. But Keith thinks I'm the only person that doesn't like to have sex every day. So I'd like to know that too.
And all the women out there who love to have sex every day, go ahead and let us know that too.
I'm not saying, I'm sure there are women out there. I'm not saying there's not. I'm just saying the people that I associate with and talk to every day or whatever have made comments and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'm not the only one. Yes.
I don't know.
So yeah. So we got a couple of things that we need people's input on.
Yeah. I just feel like there's something deeper with those.
That don't want to have sex every day?
Yep.
No, no. You really think something's wrong with those people that don't want to have sex every day?
I didn't say something's wrong with you. I said it's just something deeper on a deeper level of why.
I honestly don't know of a girl, maybe one or two.
You need to get your hormones checked.
We've had that conversation.
I know. No. Go get them checked.
I don't.
Take it really.
Would that really help though? You really think my sex drive is going to go up and be like, "Ooh, baby, let's have sex every day"?
Maybe.
No.
Then I'll butt mine up too, and then we can really go. What else?
I think that's it. That's all we got.
That's it.
Until next time.
We don't know what we're doing next week.
We haven't even talked about it.
We need to plan it out.
We need to plan it and figure it out. Maybe something fun.
I think fun would be.
Yeah, because if we've had these 2 episodes that have kind of gotten deep and
we need to
raw, or maybe something about fitness.
I was thinking that
fitness, because we really haven't done anything about fitness and like how you got started, how I got started, like my journey throughout the years, how you became a personal trainer, and when you were running up Huffines with me one time backwards and I got really mad at you.
Yeah, or that one time I tried to personal train you when you were trying to lose weight in the very, very beginning. You don't remember that?
Oh, I guess not.
Because it was a traumatic experience and you blocked it out.
Was that when we were in Fort Hood?
No, we were here. I feel like we're not in this house.
I don't know. I remember you running backpedaling up this darn hill on Huffines, and that made me so freaking mad.
Yeah, because I was a runner. That's what I did. But no, I feel like I was a trainer here, and I tried to train you, and you were so mad, so mad. You're like,
never again.
They happening. So now I just program your workouts, and you do them without me.
Yeah. No, sometimes I ask you.
Yeah,
questions and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm not in there training you anymore.
No.
But you will get stretched out, won't you?
Mm-hmm. That was fun. Okay, so next week we'll do maybe something on fitness.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
And then maybe this week we can actually post stuff and tell people to, like, if they have questions about fitness or anything to send it in to us.
Like, this is going to be our nutrition fitness workout workshop. All right, y'all. We are going to wrap this one up. It's been fun. 5 topics on difficult conversations in the marriage. We're going to go a little bit lighter. Next week, we're going to talk about fitness and kind of what it is and our journeys and, how it's created the 2 individuals that you're listening / watching right now. And then, of course, if you have any questions, I'll answer any kind of questions you want. nutrition or workouts or whatever it is that you have questions for, we'll bring them in and answer them up for you. But yeah, so no holds bars on fitness and nutrition coming up next week. It should be a good one. It'll be
Yeah.
a fun one for sure.
Hey, I love it. So it'll be a fun one for me.
Yeah, this will be good. This
Yeah.
will probably be
It might be a long one.
it might be a long one,
Yeah.
but
We'll
it'll
see.
be all right.
But that's a wrap for this week.
Yep.
We hope you have an awesome week with a little bit of chaos and a whole lot of harmony. Bye.
See ya.